Montreal in Canada is just awesome for me. I'm here for the first time and I like it so much. Speaking of the event, ESWC, it was really great. Everything was awesome, but the network issues, that was the only thing I guess that was a problem for this event and the organizers. The other things like schedule, PCs, configurations, and everything else, and support staff from the ESWC who bring your water, Red Bulls and such. Everything was good.
Actually, I like Canada. I read a lot about Canada, about economic system, and I know that the population of Ukrainians in Canada is so huge. It's like 2 million people, and I love Canada. I'm really expressed.
I mean, you look at in the past Counter-Strikes, like in 1.6, we had a good scene going, and then once you got the Chinese and all the Asian countries in, it really propelled the game to the next level, and we really had a severe increase in spectators. I mean, look at League of Legends, look at Dota. Both games have these very impactful Asian countries that are actually playing at the top level, and the viewership just increases tremendously, which means all the tournaments get bigger. The increase of popularity in Counter-Strike in these other countries definitely are helping grow the game, and it's so exciting to see a team like QU, as you said, beating a French team, which, you know, in the past year or two in CSGO, that would have been unheard of.
What did you think about the food here?
Oh, food here is pretty good. It's like, mix between NA food and French food. So it's really good. It's awesome.
I think Blade is one of the... So there's a lot of different styles of in-game leading, obviously in the world. Blade is one of the more... He knows in his head what he wants, how he wants the round to play out. He knows pretty much, almost to a T, like where the other team is going to be playing at almost all times of the rounds. So anytime you have a leader that's able to really predict that kind of stuff, and hopefully you expect him to be able to manipulate his teammates to actually complement that. And I think he's very, very good at doing that. I think even just listening to the way he talks when he's speaking English to me about, how he wants me to play and where he wants me to go, he seems very, very knowledgeable of the game. And, a very strong in-game leader like that is something the American scene could use so badly. There's very, very few in-game leaders left in the US, and someone like Blade would definitely be able to make the top one American team. The main thing on all the maps was to learn all the spots. All the guys speak, like while they're playing, it's 100% Russian. So trying to teach them how I call all the spot names was the biggest problem. Because what happened during the games was, when we first played the very first day, we were running around, I think we were playing against Team Liquid, and we were playing Mirage, and I was making these calls and they had no idea what I was saying. And they were trying to talk to me and they were calling it in Russian, and obviously I had no idea what they were saying. So the biggest obstacle for us the entire weekend was just spot names. And mid rounds were, no matter what mid round was going to be a problem, you just have to accept that.
It's hard to sleep when your body's in arm's reach. My mind is a Grand Prix. I'm liable to step out and go drive a few blocks east to rendezvous at the spot where two shy folks become beast. And for real, baby.
Actually, we wanted to go through our group. We done it in first day. So about key KD stars, we knew that they're pretty good. They had pretty good results on internet, and we were prepared a bit for them, but actually we didn't expect Cobblestone against them. We thought they they will play with us something like Mirage, I think, or something else, but not Cobble. Australian guys is pretty good. Everyone knows it, so it's not the first time they step up to top 8, I think. So I think the team has pretty much talented players. And the last one was Chinese guys. I've really impressed by them. I mean, they won LDLC team, and it's all about because I think that LDLC is pretty good and decent team in Europe. So they won it. They won them like 16 to 13, I think. And yeah, I hope that Chinese CS:GO will have progress, and we will see more Chinese team on such tournaments in the future.
When I realized that we're gonna play like NIP, I wasn't thinking like this game like our being on this tournament is gonna be over because of like NIP is a good team. I woke up early and watched a lot of their demos.
Grenades to zone him out with, so he's got the angle for it. Gonna walk in and take down Markelov. No defuse this time. Freiberg still hiding in the corner. He goes for the spray, but he goes down.
It was really great to beat an AP, and we played really great. Not including, of course, the first map, 16-1 Inferno. We had really bad T side. But on the Mirage, that was the next map. Hiko especially played really great on a B side, on CT side, and Mirage.
Markelov, as I said before, he's a very consistent support player, which is something that, again, you can't really, you don't expect that from a player that's, you know, of this generation or of this era. That actually makes him sound really old, but I guess he actually is. But no, he's very experienced. He's been in like every situation I can imagine that's possible. He knows exactly what to do in all times of the rounds, and he'll never overcommit or overpeak when he shouldn't. And that's the one thing that it's just so, you can't put a value on that. It's literally just experience. So really, as I said before, I really did like playing with him. And my experience playing with him at the small sites really changed the way I think about playing small sites now. Like, I expect that going back home to the US, I expect that same level of support from whoever I play a small site with now that I play with Markelov.
He called you the best support player he's ever played with in his entire career.
Wow, that's awesome. I have no even to say. I'm really glad that I expressed him so much. I really tried it as my best to do so. I will try to explain him what we need to do, how we're going to play, some like micro moments, and almost everything worked out good for us.
Talk about your interactions with Hiko throughout this entire trip.
Oh, actually, he's a good guy. I like him. He's calm. He's not toxic as someone says, like it's a bullshit, you know. So he's a good guy, and our team like him.
All the time when the team, which is like which has lower rank, wins the top team, people usually. I don't know how to try it. Maybe like it more, like to cheer for the less
Underdog.
Yeah, like for underdog. And maybe that's why everyone was like hyped a bit, and it was a cool feeling.
We just focus on our map. It was Mirage, I think, and we won it. Then we we played Overpass, and I'm really happy that we have won it.
We actually, I think 11 or 12 at night, we just sat on a laptop and literally went over all the maps we thought we were going to play, and Jonathan just had like a cheat sheet just with all the spot names. The Russian one and then the American one right next to it.
Did you do any preparation before day one of games?
Not really. I literally got off the airplane and came to the hotel, and that was my first time meeting 3 of the 5 people on the team. 3 of the 4 people on the team.
So I would like to thank to our sponsors, to Vulcan, tour guide, Zoe and Raven for supporting us and stuff. Also, I want to thank to our Flipside staff. Your guys amazing. I love you. Thank you very much for supporting. And of course, I want to thank to all the fans who cheered for us, supporting us no matter what, in losing or winning moments. It's really, you're really helping us to get up from the knees and giving us motivation to move forward. Thank you very much.